Pilot safety have been top of the mind following last week's deadly crash involving a pilot instructor and his student. While we don't know what caused the crash or what steps were taken to avoid it, investigators did say weather could have been a factor.
That's right, and WBKO's Presley Allen wanted to know what protocols are in place to ensure a safe flight and has answers from a former Air Force pilot. It's our top story at 6.
When pilots are in the sky, they can't always predict what's going to happen. Conditions can change and unexpected weather can come into play. Today I spoke with retired fighter pilot Arie Franklin, who actually flew this plane. And he filled me in on how pilots prepare for these type of conditions and emergencies.
You avoid thunderstorms at all costs. As a matter of fact, the Air Force has a rule that says that there's no peacetime mission to be flown that would require you to fly through a thunderstorm.
A lot of Franklin's time flying was spent in the Air Force, and aside from regulations advising against flying in harsh weather conditions, there are also protocols required to ensure a safe flight.
You're expected to get a weather brief, and if you do, why, that's great. If you don't, why, then you fly at your own peril.
Franklin further explained that a weather brief involves a weather officer telling the pilot what kind of conditions to expect. When encountering bad weather, there are warning signs to look out for.
If you get really bad turbulence, that's a sign that maybe you ought to turn around. In the thunderstorms, you have updrafts and downdrafts, and then you have the circular motion that's in there. And the turbulence inside a thunderstorm is just really, really bad.
However, if pilots find themselves in these types of conditions, there are procedures to follow.
The outer edge of the storm isn't as bad as usually as the more central part. And so if you encounter bad weather like that, why, the first rule is to always turn around and go back where you came from when it wasn't doing that, and try to land and sit down on the ground someplace, wait till the weather moves out, and then take off again.
As for last week's tragedy, we still don't know all of the information about what happened. The National Transportation Safety Board said it could take up to 2 weeks before any preliminary findings are released.
Reporting from the Aviation Heritage Park, this is Presley Allen with WBKO News.
Aside from weather conditions, the National Transportation Safety Board will also be investigating the plane itself, pilot credentials, and Eagle Flight Academy.